You've got the prescription. You've got the vials or pens. But now you're holding this, and the questions start flooding in. Where do I even inject? How much is the right amount? What if I get the timing wrong? If that anxiety sounds familiar, take a deep breath. You're about to move from overwhelmed to in control. Welcome. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to build your insulin confidence from the ground up. This isn't just theory, it's your practical step-by-step playbook for proper injection technique, understanding exactly how much to administer, and nailing the critical timing for optimal results. Let's begin. Part 1. Insulin Injection Technique. Doing it right. First, let's master the physical skill. A correct injection ensures the insulin works properly and is as comfortable as possible. Follow these steps every single time. Hand hygiene and prep. Start with clean hands. If using a vial, roll it gently to mix. Don't shake. For a pen, attach a new needle every time. Prime it by dialing to 2 units and pressing the plunger until a drop appears at the needle tip. This guarantees a full dose. The golden rule: site rotation. Insulin absorbs at different speeds in different areas. The abdomen is generally fastest and most consistent. You must rotate sites within one area. Never inject in the exact same spot twice in a row. This prevents lipohypertrophy, hard, lumpy fat tissue that ruins insulin absorption and causes erratic sugar levels. The injection itself. For modern short needles, 4 millimeters or 6 millimeters, you can usually inject straight in at a 90-degree angle without pinching skin. If you're very lean or using a longer needle, gently pinch a fold of skin. Insert the needle smoothly. Here's the biggest mistake people make. Press the plunger all the way down and wait. Count to 10 full seconds before withdrawing. This lets the full dose deposit properly. Safe disposal. Immediately place the used needle in a designated sharps container. Never recap or toss loosely in the trash. Part 2. The how much, understanding your doses. Now the million-dollar question: how much do I take? Your dose isn't random, it's a precise calculation based on 2 key formulas you'll develop with your doctor. For meals, bolus insulin. This is your insulin-to-carb ratio, ICR. It tells you how many grams of carbohydrates 1 unit of insulin will cover. For example, a 1-to-10 ratio means 1 unit covers 10 grams of carbs. If your meal has 60 grams of carbs, you'd take 6 units. For high blood sugar, correction dose. This uses your correction factor or insulin sensitivity factor, ISF. It tells you how many points, milligrams per deciliter, 1 unit of insulin will lower your blood sugar. For example, a 1-to-50 factor means 1 unit lowers you by 50 milligrams per deciliter. If you're at 250 milligrams per deciliter and your target is 120, you have a 130-point gap. You'd need roughly 2.6 units to correct. The critical safety check: Insulin On Board, IOB. This is active insulin still working from your last dose. Before taking a correction, you must account for IOB to avoid stacking insulin and causing a dangerous low. Many apps and smart pens can help track this. Part 3. The when. Timing is everything. Host. You can have the perfect dose, but if the timing is off, you'll see frustrating highs or scary lows. Timing depends on the type of insulin you're using. Rapid-acting, Humalog, Novolog, Fiasp. Inject 15 to 20 minutes before you start eating. This allows the insulin to start working as your food digests. If you inject right as you eat, the insulin lags behind, causing a post-meal spike. Short-acting, regular. Inject 30 to 45 minutes before a meal. It works slower. Long-acting, Lantus, Basaglar, Tresiba, Levemir. This is your background insulin. Timing is about consistency. Take it at the same time every day, regardless of meals. Some are once daily, some twice. Follow your prescription. Pro tip: If you forget a pre-meal bolus, it's often safer to take it during or immediately after the meal and accept a slight high, rather than taking a full dose late and risking a severe low. Always discuss a plan for missed doses with your doctor. Conclusion: bringing it all together. Let's recap your new insulin framework. Technique: rotate sites, wait 10 seconds after injecting. How much? Use your insulin-to-carb ratio for food, your correction factor for highs, and always check insulin on board. When? Time your rapid-acting insulin 15 to 20 minutes before food. Keep long-acting insulin on a strict schedule. You are no longer just taking a shot. You are executing a precise, data-driven strategy for better control. Outro. If this guide transformed confusion into clarity for you, please hit the like button. It tells YouTube this video